Peace and assalamu alaikum. This is Bilal Abdullah Mujahid of Black Muslim in America. We're back again. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You know what it is. And I just came to give my quick thoughts, man. Just my quick thoughts. And we see what's going on over in Palestine. They like to call it Israel, whatever, allegedly. But we see what's going on over there in Palestine, Al-Aqsa Masjid. And these evil Zionist people who claim to be Jews, these people they do this every year. They do this all the time, period. But they really turn up every single year, especially during Ramadan, especially on the 27th night, which is, supposedly the night of power, but nobody really knows. But that's like the most popular night. We have some authors from the companions of the Prophet that the night of power is on the 27th night. I think there's a saying from Ibn Abbas saying that. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but they always doing this every year. They come up in Al-Aqsa Masjid during Ramadan, and they always try to turn up because they want to remind them, basically, don't y'all start thinking anything smart, because they know how during the Prophet's time, peace be upon him, they would battle during Ramadan and they would win battles during Ramadan. And so, these Zionists who claim to be Jews, they got to make sure they keep these Muslims in check and run up on them, and so they won't get no bright ideas during the month of Ramadan, because they know their iman is high and they're closer to Allah during this month. So they got to do their evil part. And it is what it is. But at the end of the day, people, we have to tell it blatantly what this is. This is nothing more than white supremacy. The Palestinians are considered the non-white people of that area, and the Jews are considered the white people of that area. And this is nothing more than white supremacy being acted out on the Palestinian people. And this is the whole apartheid state that they have. They're recently trying to take more land from the Palestinians. It's just ridiculous. And, may Allah give victory to the Palestinians. May Allah give victory to the Muslims all across the globe. And really, we have to call it for what it is. It's white supremacy. You could say it's about religion, but at the end of the day, even though these so-called Jews claim to follow the teachings of Judaism, to claim to follow the teachings of Musa, of Moses, they don't. Their real religion at the end of it all is white supremacy. And that's what we're witnessing now. And the same thing that's going on over there with their apartheid state, with how egregious their actions are with them, that's the same thing they want to happen over here. They're inching us towards that over here in America with black Americans, foundational black Americans. They want us to have an apartheid state. That's what they want. They really wish they could put us back into slavery, but they know that probably won't happen. But they really wanted to be an apartheid state, like over there in so-called Israel, which is really Palestine. That's what they wanted to be over here. And this is just a sign to us. And this is why many black people, whether they're Muslims or non-Muslims, many black people have stood with the Palestinian people in their struggle against Zionism and their struggle against white supremacy. But now what you're starting to see is that there's people who starting to, they feel bad for what's going on to the Palestinians over there. They feel really bad about that. They make dua for them. The black Muslims make dua for them. And they hope that they will gain victory over these evil people. But at the same time, you're starting to witness many black people starting to say, look, we got to focus on ourselves. What's happening over there is not good. Even black Muslims, they're like, hey, those are our Muslim brothers. But we have to focus on ourselves. We have to. It doesn't mean that we don't feel bad for them. We don't have empathy towards them. It doesn't mean we won't make dua for them. We don't feel the pain. It don't mean that. It means we have to focus on ourselves. Even in the Quran, it says something to the effect of fight those nearest to you. And, foundational black Americans being in America, we have to fight the white supremacy that's nearest to us. Foundational black American Muslims, we have to fight the white supremacy that's nearest to us, and that's here in America. We got to focus on ourselves. So it's not necessarily us turning our backs towards Palestinians, but we also know that a lot of times when they come over here, they jump on white supremacy. When they're over there fighting against white supremacy, they know what it is. But when they come over here, they hop on team white supremacy, and then they start crapping on black people, sadly. And it is what it is. It's what they do. We have to be honest about that. Not all of them, but, a good amount of them. And we can't lie to ourselves about that. And so because of this, many black people have started to say, look, we got to focus on ourselves, because when we help them and we stand up for them, then they come over here and crap on us. When we help them and stand up for them, we don't get that same energy return. And you got these, people on here who it's Somali Muslims on here talking about they're trying to check black Muslims for not saying too much, for not really standing up too much anymore, for focusing on ourselves. They're trying to shame us now. Why should we be shamed? Black people as a whole, including black Muslims of America, have been still with Palestine, and that energy really isn't returned. So now when we focus on ourselves, we get shamed. We are getting shamed for it. Oh, see, this is what, and this is the problem, what it is. Black people, whether they're Muslim, Christians, or Jews, we are expected to fight for everybody else and get nothing in return for it. That's what we're expected to do. And so then when we say, we're not even turning our backs on them, but then when we say, look, we don't like how y'all treating us, and we feel bad for what's going on with y'all, but we have to focus on ourselves, okay? When we get ourselves together, then maybe we can come help y'all if y'all gonna return the energy. Once we start saying that, then all of a sudden, hey, y'all are being nationalist. Hey, see, this is the problem with black people trying to be all that pro-black stuff and bringing it into Islam. That's what they start saying. This is the problem when people start talking all that, racial pride stuff and bringing it into Islam. But then when it's them, we need to be, they start talking their racial pride of being Palestinians and standing up against the Zionists, and we give them props for that. We're like, okay, yeah, hoorah. We give them props for that. But then when they come to us and we say, okay, now we're going to fight for ourselves too, let's stand up for black people. No, see, that's wrong, man. Yeah, see, that's that nationalism stuff. That's wrong. Y'all shouldn't be fighting for y'all. What it is we shouldn't be fighting for ourselves. We should be fighting for them. That's what it is. It's the same white supremacy thought going on all across the globe. Black people should fight for everyone else, which is basically slavery. We should do for everyone else and get nothing in return. That is what it's boiled down to. And then when we start bucking up against that, then we get shamed for it. And that's not fair. Meanwhile, you don't hear these people who are shaming black people, black Muslims, black people in general. You don't hear these people shaming them. You don't hear these people who are shaming black people. You don't hear them shaming these Muslim Arab leaders or these Muslim so-called leaders who ain't saying a damn thing about what's going on over there. They quick to talk down on black people and black Muslims who are focusing on themselves now. They're quick to talk down on us. But they not saying nothing to these so-called Muslim leaders who ain't lifting a finger. And they the ones who got more power than us to do something. They're not saying nothing about them, though. They're quick to point us out. And then they'll use Malcolm X's talking points. They'll try to use Martin Luther King's talking points. Once again, they're trying to use us for their fight. But then when they get some victories, the same energy is not returned. And they're mad that now black people aren't doing that no more. They're mad that now black people are focusing on themselves. You can't be mad because we've been standing with y'all and then it's never returned. How can you be mad that we're focusing on ourselves now? That's the problem. If you want black people to help you, that energy has to be returned. And that's really all there is to it. Sorry. We make dua for you. May Allah give you victory. But black people are focusing on themselves right now. And it is what it is. May Allah give victory to the Palestinians. May Allah give victory to all the Muslims across the globe and issues they're going with. And may Allah give victory to the Muslims here in America as well. May Allah destroy white supremacy. Ameen. This has been Bilal Abdullah Mujahid of Black Muslim in America. Just coming at y'all with some more quick thoughts. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, peace and assalamu alaikum.